Hi, I thought of a couple of things that could help you save time. Like, for instance, instead of love you forever, you write kill you forever. You'd only have to change two words. There's many sad reasons why people kill themselves. At one point, I had thoughts of suicide when my gas emissions were just too smelly. It's one thing to talk to yourself while driving. One night I was driving around at 7:15 and I thought to go to the library, and then I said to myself, I don't want to go to the library. But it's something completely different if you say after that, I really don't. I said we have to stop Beijing, not banging. If everybody paid their fair share of apartment usage according to what they actually used, I get a chair. How much does that cost a month? You know, you start out so deeply in love, and then 20 years later, you find yourself ripping hair out of a doll and singing, "This diamond ring doesn't shine for me anymore." My wife drenches her cookout food in lighter fluid, and I can taste it right away, but it's somebody did something for me, so I'll take it. But then I sit on the toilet with diarrhea. I said to get off drugs, not rugs. You know, they have imaginative names for products nowadays. And I thought of a good one for an ice cream bar, you know, the Magnum bar. I think they should really drive it home with a great name like the Magnum Douche. Yeah, isn't that a great name? The Magnum Douche. Hey, man, you all from the nigga hood? Hotoiza, Hotoiza. Now the new technology should allow a voice background of the guy whose credit is being reviewed. Then you can hear my take when they play my voice. You got fucked. You got fucked. Oh, God, it so doesn't fucking matter. You see Jennifer Lopez on TV today after she's already made hundreds of millions of dollars. So you can only imagine that she's putting that big fucking fat ass in your face to make money for her great grandchildren. Yeah, that's what she's thinking about. And they should announce who their money is going to on the screen. Yeah, man, I quit smoking 20 times, but it's all different now with Chantix, man. I take Chantix. Nowadays, there's just another situation that we all have to come to grips with. TMP. Too many problems, suck my dick. If you have a nice shapely wife that doesn't get computers at all, I suggest you have her call me so that we can go over my new course, Tits and Technology. And I do have home visits. Did you know my great uncle invented the word theme? Yes. That's in my family heirloom. I told you to go help, not to go to hell. See, the problem with texting people is you understand a lot faster than you can type. So if you got somebody on the other end texting you and they hit you with 3 questions in a row, inevitably you're going to get fucking tripped up. Like my wife might send to me, have you started looking for work? And then you're like, yes, And then they throw in, did you kick your dog to death? And you're like, wait a minute, no, I'm still answering the first question. And then they hit you with, do you regret doing that? Don't you think that that's a little psychotic? And you're like, you fucking bitch. They should have a text button, where when you're tripped up by somebody, you can just hit it. And it says, you fucking bitch. Over the years, we've laughed so hard, me and my wife, but I knew that our relationship was in trouble when she didn't laugh at my farts anymore, which are a riot. I mean, they're sound effects from Harley Davidson, Honda. They sound a lot like cars. I can actually shift farts right now. It's nice when you're solidified and you're a certified piece of shit and don't do anything around the house but dirty dishes. But then one day you're feeling really bad about who you've become, and suddenly you remember it's Father's Day. I get to have my own meal, my own cake, and I probably get the Chevy Corvette shirt. Couldn't come soon enough. If there's a serial killer, it would be terrible if his calling card was to cut a smelly fart in your house. And there I was reading it. And all of a sudden I go, oh man, there's a smelly fart. And you pick up the fireplace poker and you swing it at the person around the corner, and there goes your mother-in-law. If they did a prick search in this area within a mile, there'd be 24,000 PPSM, pricks per square mile. I told you to get weighed, not laid. Wouldn't it be awesome if you can get your cat to bite people like you can with your dog? That would be funnier than hell. I'd sick him on my wife. Life is so challenging. They tell you never to quit, to persevere. Well, what about if your stuff you're making is still shit after 3 years? It's like I make these little things for YouTube, and I think people just appreciate the effort. When I was a kid growing up, 50% of it would be appreciating the effort. It's like going out on open mic. You finally drag your guitar, get off the couch, drive over to the bar, and you go there, and there's like this coterie of people that have been doing this for like 6 years. And they all know each other, and they're good and everything. I was there one night, and I told the girl I might want to go up. And then I changed my mind when I saw how good the people were. And so I told her, no, I can't do it. And then later I re-changed my mind and decided to have some guts. And that was the night I was going to go up there and do some spoken humor. Everybody else was doing music, and it wasn't a comedy bar. So I said, I'll do it. She goes, are you ready? And I said, as ready as I'll ever be. So I go up there and I start playing a couple songs, a couple chords to This Boy. And I start talking about how the Beach Boys wiped Led Zeppelin. And they do. And I go, you know why? I go, because your grandkids will sing fun, fun, fun. But they won't sing They Choose the Path Where No One Goes. So right about then, this guy walks up to the stage and he's handing me some money. And I look down and I say, what's that? And he goes, so you can get the fuck off the stage so some real musicians can play. So I go, oh. I thought it was open mic. He said, yeah, well, I go, just doing a little comedy, man. He goes, well, there's a place down the street. Now, later, I realized I should have, because you have to have remarks back to jack-offs in the audience. Because I did have a couple people smiling at me. Because I'm charming. Why would you kick off someone who's so beautiful and charming and funny? But I should have said, no, I don't get off for less than $42. And then if he stuck around the stage, I should have jumped off the fucking stage and beat the fuck out of him. But I know you don't get violent in this world. So I laughed. There's nothing more irritating to an asshole than to laugh. That time I thought it was kind of funny. But even if you don't think it's funny, if you smile when there's an asshole coming at you, you're going to really knock his shit for a loop. And you'll probably be able to get the drop on him because he's a stupid motherfucker anyway. That's why I love like when these guys in Hollywood movies, you know, they always say some line like, you know, did you call your wife? Because you're never coming home. Anyway, I've been doing art. At least I think it's art because it takes effort to make it look decent. But these people out there nowadays, the very worst thing you could try to do is become a graphic or an artist at 59 years old and try to impress this over-the-top, digitalized, 4 million YouTube videos in a month exposed people that are not impressed. There might be one guy that says, yeah, Todd's a decent guy. And he did put an effort, and that's why I mentioned the open mic. If somebody gets off the couch and picks up his guitar and drives to the comedy club and has the balls and the audacity to go up on the stage in front of strange people and perform your shit, the supporting crowd that I was used to over the years would have 100% appreciation for you for just doing that. But I guess the world's gone so fucking exposed to being spoiled that these people don't know their ass from a fucking shit bottle of mustard. And they're not going to even tell anybody else they like your work. Because they don't know anybody. And if they knew anybody, they don't speak to each other. So your chance of expanding your base so that you can have more promotion and feel good about doing the next tape even better just because you have a little audience is out the window. So there's so many factors there why your horse will never get off the fucking ground. But everything happens in a cycle. And you start to become addicted. Hey, there's somebody out there that we have 30 viewers. I'm going to make it better so that we have 50 viewers. So that's a problem because you start becoming addicted, and you're not being broadcast at all. You look at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I got one more viewer. So you went from 41 to 42. That's a rush. You went up. Anyway, how about these Zika babies? They look like fucking Cabbage Patch dolls. You know, so that's a problem too. Does God have an address? You know, we're trained to tell our problems one at a time. But there usually can be two, which makes it so much more complexing. Complexing is in two. So you might have to say, I broke up with my girlfriend, and she's been dead in my living room for 6 months with a pitchfork in her head. You see how complex the problem becomes? How about the quality of these shirts you can get, like for $4.29? Cheapo on the cheap rack. And you're looking at it, and you're wondering if you could wear it, and you're also wondering who the fuck designed this piece of shit shirt that you wouldn't be wrapped dead in. It's like black paisleys with lime green squirrel puke patches with San Diego written all over it. I mean, does somebody actually go to school to learn this horrible art so that the quality of the product cannot possibly be any better than $4.29? I mean, is there somebody that knows exactly how to give you your shit dollars worth? It's just, it's unbelievable. They make it so that exactly you get your $4.29 worth. So that's that.